across to breaking news coming in. Former Law Minister Ashwini Kumar has resigned from the Congress, ending his 46-year-long association with the Grand Old Party. Kumar sent his resignation to Congress President Sonia Gandhi this morning, saying he can best serve national causes outside the party fold. The resignation comes close on the heels of another party leader, RPN Singh, quitting the Congress, bringing in editor of politics Aishwarya Kapoor, who joins us live on the broadcast. Aishwarya, another big loss for the Congress party ahead of the polls, a very senior leader quitting the Congress.
Well, it's a never-ending list as far as the Congress party is concerned, because if you see, it began with Jyotiraditya Scindia, and as we just said, it's a never-ending list for the Congress party. The latest seems to be, in this regard, that is Ashwini Kumar, former law minister. And Ashwini Kumar is one of the old guards. Ashwini Kumar was said to be one of the closest to the former Prime Minister, Manmohan Singh, to the point that at one point of time, ever in those 10 years, if there was a tussle between the Prime Minister and then Ken Janpath, it was because of Ashwini Kumar. So he was that close to Manmohan Singh. But this shows that how directionless the Congress party leadership is. It shows that there is no direction as far as the Congress leadership is concerned, and at the end of the day, it is resulting of leaders to the likes of RPN Singh, Jitin Prasad, and now even Ashwini Kumar leaving the Congress party. It just gives a clear indication that it is not only directionlessness, it is also an absence of leadership. Absence of leadership, which is unable to tell whether it's the old guard, the new guard, any leader, the party cadre of the Indian National Congress is unaware which line to toe. And that's why you see, because initially it was being said that it's only the new guard, not the old guard. There's a difference between the old guard and the new guard. But now when you have, and if you count on your fingers, there are at least a dozen senior leaders. A combination of the old guard and new guard, which has left the Congress. And now if Ashwini Kumar leaving the Congress, and now you see that the kind of comments which are coming, they are belittling him. There are several Congress leaders who are now hitting the social networking site that such a big leader to the likes of Ashwini Kumar. So sarcastic comments. He was never a mass leader, but he was said to be one of the closest to the former Prime Minister. And as we just mentioned, him leaving the Congress party is a clear indication of the reality of what is happening inside the Congress party. There is no direction. The leaders are unaware which line to toe, which way to go, how to take on the opposition. The Aam Aadmi Party seems to be eating into the main opposition's pie, and this is something which these leaders can understand. But their problem is they are unable to take any action. They are unable to take any kind of direction. They are unable to give their own cadre because they themselves are unaware which way to go, which line to toe. The Gandhis are too busy handling Navjot Singh Sidhu's comedy in Punjab. We are seeing the kind of politics which is happening. We are seeing Congress is absent from the political scene of Uttar Pradesh, the biggest state of the country. They're absent. And we are talking about, yes,
had made a statement against Captain Amrinder Singh, where she easily tried to pin the blame on the senior leader for why he quit the Congress party, but not wanting to accept the truth of how so many senior leaders and even the younger lot are unhappy with the way the leadership is performing, is unhappy with the fact that there is no clear direction and exactly all the reasons that you've mentioned, but they continue to stay in denial.
Swesha, for the longest period of time, it was being perceived by the Congress party, or at least the perception was being given outside, that these are those young leaders who don't have patience. These are those leaders who have got a bit too much, a bit too soon. But now when you have to the likes of Ashwini Kumar going out, then there is no explanation. The real problem is that the Congress party is unable to decide within which line to toe. The Congress party is absent from the political scene on ground. That's the reality. Their cadre has left them, and these leaders who have nourished and been a part of the Congress party for decades, not years, decades,